Salam, hello, and welcome everyone. Right now, I'm sitting in my 2012 Ford Expedition, and this is really an awesome car. It's my number one family car. Recently, I had a little noise coming from the handrest, and so allow me to show you. You heard that? I guess it's clear now. You can hear it clearly. But here's the deal. If I put my hand on the handrest, then the noise is suppressed. It's gone. No noise. All the noise. So here's the question. Why this is happening? And why when I put my hand, there's no noise coming? Why the noise only comes when my hand is off? Now this is telling me that the dampers are not doing their job for some reason. And I'll check on this in a second. What are the dampers? Now check this out. All the parts of your dashboard, any two parts linked together, like between this one and that one, or even this one and that one, there are rubber dampers in between to avoid the parts coming in direct contact. As you drive your car, you drive on whether on rough roads, smooth roads, little humps and bumps. It prevents direct contact between these plastic parts right here. And what they do is they do exactly the same job as the struts or leaf springs in your car or truck. So they work as shock absorbers. They absorb the shocks. Now, if I check this handrest, I've got one damper here and one damper there, and they are made of rubber. But here's the deal. Take a closer look at this, and you can see that the base is broken and the damper is pushed all the way inside. So the handrest is relying on only on one damper only, which is this one, this rubber damper. It's located properly, it's doing what it's supposed to do, and they meet the surface right here on this point, these 2 points. Yeah, there is no chance to repair this damage. It's already broken. I don't think repair work will do. If I apply epoxy glue on it, any kind of glue, or try to put the spot where it was, I don't think this is going to work, because as simple as this, if it takes any hit right here, it's gonna break again. I don't want to put my efforts in a project, working something, and then it breaks again. It's just pointless and useless. So here's what I'll do. I will disconnect this handrest and take it upstairs and figure a solution for it. And here's the last one. It indeed was the last one, to the extent that the handrest fell down. Okay, so here's the handrest, free and loose. I'll take this upstairs and see what I can do with it. This is the inside of the handrest. Now, the inner part of the handrest is attached to the outer part with some screws, and they are Torx screws, and they are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the inner part from the outer part. Separating both parts will give me leverage to work on this broken damper and address this issue. The size of these Torx screws is T20. So I'll cut them loose first. The screw bit is little short, but it will do the trick. And here is the outer part. These mounts are broken actually, both of them. They are totally useless. So actually the inner part was hanging to the outer part with only 3 screws. Okay, the best solution maybe is if I can find longer screws that can go and hook in the remaining of the broken mount. But first things first, let me work on the broken damper. The rubber damper was designed so it can get in and be pulled and get seated. So what I'll have to do now is I'll need to push it out. It actually might be a good idea if I put a little bit of soap and water to minimize the friction and to ease the way out of this rubber mount. Just by that much. Obviously it took a strong hit. Probably one of the kids was jumping on it. I won't be surprised. Okay, so the trick actually worked, and here's the mount. I'm thinking that the best way to repair it is to create a new solid hole where the rubber mount can go in. But here's another problem that I just figured. They made this area a bit thicker and it forms like a washer. And so if I drill here, this plastic is much thinner than this. Accordingly, I probably will need to use some washers to make up for the difference in the thickness. Right, here's what I'm going to use. A drill bits, and a digital caliper. I'm going to use the digital caliper to measure how thick is this rubber right here. At 0, it's about 4 millimeters. So I need to find a drill bit that is 4 millimeters thick. This seems about right. Okay, I'm noticing that there are cracks in the plastic right here and there. I'm not sure if it's if you can see that. So what I want to do is I want to choose a solid area to make this rubber mount rest there. And right here seems about okay. It is going to misalign slightly with this rubber damper, but this should be okay. Should not be a big issue, because if you noticed in the video, where the rubber damper rests on the other plastic part in the car, there is still some space, about 5 millimeters, maybe 1 centimeter from that side. So that's a risk I'm willing to take. I'll drill right here and see how it goes. Thank you, you did your job. I'll try pushing this in and see how it sits. Yeah, soap and water. Okay, this is a little harder than I thought. It just doesn't want to go in, so I'll push it from the other side as well. All right, and it is in. So this is the new location for the damper. It's a little bit loose. Perhaps I can hit 2 birds with 1 stone if I can find a washer that can come here and help this piece to sit in its place while covering the space between the grommet part and the plastic. Let me check out my washers. And this one might do the trick. Let's see. Trying to escape already. Soap and water again. Why don't you just go in? Okay, I give that to Ford. They make quality grommets and quality rubber. It just doesn't want to go in. Let me try another trick. I'm planning to use this sharp nose pliers, place it right in this groove so it can maintain some spacing. And also I will have the leverage to push the grommet up. And like so. That's also not working. Okay, maybe if I find a washer with a slightly bigger hole, this will make my life easier. So I got myself 3 different washers with 3 different sizes of holes, and let's see. You seem to be too tight, and you seem to be too large. I'll try this one. Yeah, this is actually too large. I'll take the smaller size. It might work. Let me soap it up. And it is in. How nice is that? Okay, so let me get this under the washer. And like so. So I'm actually hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. I get to keep this piece here and not completely dismantle it or get rid of it. And at the same time, the damper is sitting nice and firm and tight in here. Okay, now we come to the stuck screws here, or the broken mounts here. Now I got, this is the screw that came from the factory, and I got this longer screw. It is a bit longer, but even though the screw is almost double the size of the original screw, I'm going to try it anyway, because at the moment it's just not working. So how bad can it be? It's either going to work or not, so never harmful to try. Now, using the pliers, I'll keep this plastic piece in place and I'll unscrew just to get rid of it. I need stronger pliers. The bigger pliers will give me leverage and will help me catch the broken mount as I get the screw out. And like so. And the other one. Those are the broken mounts. They'll go to the garbage can. Since I'm going to use these longer screws to hook them with this mount, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a little bit in here, an efficient depth, so they will catch the groove. Not too much, just a little bit. And let me size the hole and see if this one too small. And this one, yeah, this seems right. It already caught the groove. Maybe a little bit more. I'm extremely careful when I'm drilling and I'm measuring the depth because I don't want the drill bit to come from the other side, from right here. This will be too bad. And this seems about enough. A bit of cleaning. Let me see how nicely this is going to catch the groove. Yeah, because it's first timer in this hole, it's not going straight, so careful with that. It's too tight. I'll have to upsize the hole a bit because it's too tight for the screw. These are obviously a bit larger screw than the ones were there originally. I'll go one size up and see. Look, I understand you are a first timer here, but this is going to be your new home. So you better just go there. You have to tab your way in. Now, let me check and mock it up before I do the final assembly. How nice is that? Okay, now I'll do the other one. Again, tap your way in. This is your new home. I found you a nice home, really. Nice luxury smooth ride with some leather. How better life can be for you. Now, something very important that I have to do is to compensate for the length of the broken mounts. Now, if I don't do that, the rubber dampers here will not be pushing against the plastic base, and this whole repair will be completely useless. So here's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to cut the required length from this metal tube. It's aluminum tube, and I'll place it here as a spacer to maintain the space between the top cover and this part. And right about here should be enough. This cutting disc on the rotary tool is all I need to do the cut on this tube. And safety first. And I need two pieces, so I'm going to cut the next one. And keeping the spacers like so. Perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Perfect, and now I'm ready to install this in the car. Okay, and now I'm going to reinstall the handrest again and see the result of the repair. Now, as you can see, driving on the road, not even a whisper coming out from the handrest. That's fantastic. But you know what? I'm not done testing yet. Here's a bumpy road. Now, let's see. Absolutely nothing. That's fantastic. Everything in the car is making noises, but the handrest is solid. Okay. I'm calling this victory. That thing is solid. It's not moving, it's not making any noises. Actually, the dashboard makes more noises than that. This is not making any noises at all. So after the repair, it is mostly quiet. There is still some noise coming, but that's only coming on extremely bumpy roads, and it comes when everything else in the car makes noise. And I believe this was the condition before I do this repair. Now, am I happy with this repair? Yes, I am. Not only happy, I'm also proud of it. I believe if I go to the dealership and ask for the part, for the inner part, they're probably going to ask anywhere between $80 to $100 just to provide that part. Now, having good experience with them and knowing how they work, there is good chance that they are going to say, sorry sir, we don't have this part, we sell the whole handrest as a full assembly, so you have to buy the entire handrest, which I don't need. I only needed a place to put a rubber damper in, and then their price will double or even triple. So yes, I did save significant amount of money with this repair, and not to mention the satisfactory feeling of having things repaired with my hands. That's priceless feeling, and I love it all the time. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, be safe, and do it yourself.